Now, let's start with listening of Unit 7, Cultural Diversity. And today we come to study listening about the cultural diversity. And the first activity, true or false?
Listening, cultural diversity. 1. You are going to listen to a talk about the wedding traditions in the Amish community living in Pennsylvania, the USA. Make your own predictions about them by deciding whether the following statements are true or false.
Now, first one, Amish wedding take place in the spring. False. The second, Amish parents choose life partner for their children. So, the second is false. Number 3, the wedding service is held at the bride parents' home. True. 4, the couple spend the first night at the bride's house. True. And 5, after getting married, a man begins to grow his beard. Yeah, true.
Now, let's move to activity 2, listen and track.
2. Listen to the talk and check your answers in 1. Today, I will talk about the Amish weddings. Most Pennsylvania Amish weddings take place from late October to December. Traditionally, they are held on Tuesday and Thursdays, so there is time between to get ready for and clean up after each. Even so, it can get pretty busy during the wedding season, with some Amish going to 2 or 3 weddings in one day. While parents do not select who their children will marry, approval must be given. The couple planning to marry are announced at the church service. The wedding service itself held in the home of the bride's parents. After the service, the benches are put together to form tables for the wedding meal for about 200 to 300 guests. In the afternoon, the young people enjoy singing, and after that, those who have stayed through the day enjoy the evening meal. After spending the night at the bride's home, the next day the newlyweds help with the cleanup from the day before. The couple then spends upcoming weekends visiting relatives, sometimes stop at 5 or 6 houses between a Friday and Sunday night. Wedding gifts are usually given to them at this time. By the next spring, the couple is usually ready to move into a home of their own, and the groom will begin growing his beard. This is an Amish tradition that signifies a man is married.
Now, after you listen to, you can see that the first one is false. Amish wedding take place in the spring is false. And the second, Amish parents choose life partner for their children, false. But the wedding service is held at the bride parents' home, true. The couple spent the first night at the bride's home, true. And after getting married, a man begins to grow his beard, true.
Now, we continue. Activity 3, completion.
3. Listen to the talk again and complete the missing information, using no more than 3 words. Today, I will talk about the Amish weddings. Most Pennsylvania Amish weddings take place from late October to December. Traditionally, they are held on Tuesday and Thursdays, so there is time between to get ready for and clean up after each. Even so, it can get pretty busy during the wedding season, with some Amish going to 2 or 3 weddings in one day. While parents do not select who their children will marry, approval must be given. The couple planning to marry are announced at the church service. The wedding service itself held in the home of the bride's parents. After the service, the benches are put together to form tables for the wedding meal for about 200 to 300 guests. In the afternoon, the young people enjoy singing, and after that, those who have stayed through the day enjoy the evening meal. After spending the night at the bride's home, The next day, the newlyweds help with the cleanup from the day before. The couple then spends upcoming weekends visiting relatives, sometimes stop at 5 or 6 houses between a Friday and Sunday night. Wedding gifts are usually given to them at this time. By the next spring, the couple is usually ready to move into a home of their own, and the bloom will begin growing this year. This is an Amish tradition that signifies the man is married.
Now, whole class. We come to first one. You can see that most Vania Amish wedding take place from late October to December. So we have a December. Continue. During the wedding season, some Amish go to 2 or 3 wedding on one day. 3 Amish parents don't select who their children will marry, but approval must be given after the wedding service at the house of the bride parents. Pantries are put together to form table for the wedding meal. Number 5. The newlyweds help with the cleanup from the day before. The couple then spend the following weekends visit relatives. Press on submit button to check your answers.
And we come to the final activities of listening today is naming.
For working pairs, name the 3 things you have learned about the Amish wedding customs. Did you find anything unusual or interesting? Tell your partner.
If you are in the classroom, you can exchange with your partner and tell with your partner. But if now you use IseeBooks, you can press on show answers to consult more information. But in my opinion, I can see that I have 3 things. First one, the children choose their partners. And the second, they use the benches to form the table for wedding. The couple spend the first night in private home. It is different from Vietnam. And the most unusual is that they use the benchy to form the table for wedding. It is unusual.
We've just finished listening of Unit 7, Cultural Diversity. At home, learn by heart own vocabulary, review own information of listening, and prepare the next lesson writing. Don't forget to access IseeBooks to practice. Goodbye.